Hello. Hello. Hello, guys.
Hey guys, we're back with another YouTube video. We're excited because we're talking about something that we think is necessary in 2021, and we're talking about. What were we talking about? I forgot. Every time I set up so good, and I always forget what we're talking about.
Guys, we're just here
Oh,
on a rainy afternoon, coming to talk to you guys about comparison
and not letting it steal or rob you of your creativity,
your joy, or your life.
It's so easy to just start comparing, and like even when it comes to a creative standpoint, like you may see someone, like we see people do cool things all the time and stuff that seems so creative, and this person did this, maybe this TikTok video, and they did this cool thing and went viral, and you're like, I need to do that same TikTok video so I could go viral. Yeah, I thought that one time.
You thought I need to do the same TikTok video so I can go viral.
Exactly the same way. So
first off, Frederick doesn't even have a TikTok. But y'all, we are thinking of getting a TikTok. It just feels like more of a distraction than anything, and I don't know if I could focus on that.
My example is true though. A lot of times you see someone that does something creatively cool, you just feel like you can't think of something creatively cool or creatively as cool, so you think, oh, maybe it's the easiest thing is to just duplicate that.
Well, yeah, I think people forget that God has uniquely made us. Like when he got in the little drawing room, he put gifts inside of you that was
or GIFs?
GIFs or gifts.
Oh, gifts,
whatever.
Gifts.
I feel like he laughed out loud when he made me.
Why he laughed out loud?
I don't know. I
You're
hope
funny creation.
because I'm a funny, and he was like, "That's so funny, Jacqueline." What I'm saying is that you're uniquely made, and you know that. But here's the thing, like. Today's easy access to everyone's creative portfolio and everyone's life and everyone's achievements and everyone's things. Like we're on this like treadmill, even like a hamster wheel of like, everybody's doing this. Oh my gosh, they're doing this. Oh my gosh, everybody's having. Well, at least it feels like sometimes if I stay on the internet too long. And then it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Have you paused recently and got with yourself and sat and just imagined, like just dreamt up something, just used your creative like mind to think about like what it is you're called to do and what creativity is already inside of you that's, like Frederick's saying, is not a copycat.
Yeah.
Because I feel like so many people are just trying to duplicate blueprints or duplicate methods.
Like I said with the TikTok video earlier,
why are you
you see something you like, I gotta do that and duplicate that, and we forget that God is the author of creativity.
Yes,
he is the most creative person. I mean, not person, but he's the most creative being in the universe. He created creativeness. I don't even know if it makes sense. He created creativity.
He is creativity.
He is everything that is creative, everything that is unique, everything that's like cool and all that stuff. That's him. And he's given, and I feel like he's given everyone that creative part to them. You just have to find that for yourself. Like, what inspires you, and how can you be creative with that?
Exactly. And I think we're like wasting away our creativity because we feel like it's not good enough, or we're comparing it to someone that's been working on that for a really long time, and they've planted the seeds and they're starting to see fruit in their life. So you think, I am not going to even begin. Not going to do it.
Ooh, I got a good example of that.
Tell me.
We feel like the Lord's calling us to write songs, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes we talk ourselves out of it because we feel like, oh, well, there's so many good songs out there. We have to always tell ourselves that, you know what? Our song is needed in this world. Our words matter. Well, the world needs our songs. And that's the thing that we have to tell ourselves, like, to not talk ourselves out of our this creative thing that God's calling us to do. And I think a lot of times when it's scary, or you may not have done it a lot, or this may be something you're stepping out to do creatively, it can be so scary that you just talk yourself out of it. Like before you even try, or before you even get your feet wet, you're just like, Nope, not doing it.
I think the age thing and comparing people like, oh my gosh, like she's 21 and she already got this and this and this and I'm 35 and
yeah. Oh, you missed the boat. You already like, you already missed the boat because you're not. You know.
Missed the boat. I really feel like this the other day. The Lord told me.
I was like, that's a lie from the pit of hell.
Oh yeah. I heard the Lord say this in a quiet time the other day. It was like, you guys and your generation are obsessed with the timetable. You're obsessed with putting markers on where you should be, and I should be married at this time, and I should have this job at this time, and my creative calling should look like this, and my business, and I should be flourishing.
And my social media account should be at this level of growth by this time on this day,
and it's just like literally hindering and stealing the moment and the power of today and what you can do today, because it kind of starts feeling overwhelming. Like, think about your thoughts. If you're constantly like, oh gosh, I'm never gonna do it, I'm not, it's like, again, just the power of your thoughts and power of your words. Like, what is this timeline? Like, why do we sit there with every year and it's like, I'm 1 year further from my dreams, and instead of I'm 1 year closer to what God has for me. And here's the deal, he doesn't lie. So the promises that he's put in your heart are there, and they don't have a due date.
You know why we put...
Well, they have a due date, but they have an expiration date.
And you know why a lot of times...
Or do they have a...
You know why a lot of times that the timeline is on these things? Is because that we see someone else that did it in this amount of time. Whether it's a friend or someone we follow, a celebrity, whatever, someone did it in this amount of time, and we're like, okay, that's the amount of time I'm gonna put. Or you try to put even less amount of time, like, oh, they did it in a week, 2 days, I'm gonna have this done because I'm a go-getter, I'm gonna make this happen. And then you put these parameters on yourself, like you say, and then when it doesn't happen, you just want to throw it all away.
Think about how many times you lay around self-pity because you just feel like it's going to take so long. But God can move. Yep. He moves on our behalf.
At any point in time.
A door could like that just open. But I really believe this isn't even a topic, but it's a year to be diligent. It's the year to be consistent. It's the year to plant when God says to plant.
Yeah.
It's a year to get started and not despise the day of small beginnings, which means don't despise that maybe you just sent the email today. Maybe you just read a book that's helping you get further. Maybe today you made one phone call.
Yeah. Maybe you wrote one verse.
Maybe you wrote
one page
verse
in your book.
Maybe it's just that you need to share the thing.
Yep.
Like, I think what happens too with comparison is it blocks us from ever uncovering our gifts and even sharing it.
So you hide it.
And you hide it, and you start thinking, well, what's the point? Like, so-and-so's already doing that and reaching millions of people. Like, I kind of do the same thing, so why would I even do that? But listen to this. Okay, right now, go to your Spotify playlist. How many artists do you have in your Spotify playlist? I bet hundreds of artists. And when you find a new one, do you have room? You do.
You do.
Go look at all your books. If you're a reader, if you're a collector of shoes, like...
First of all, it's called sneaker.
Okay, whatever. You're a collector.
Collector of shoes. Like, you know better than that. Collector of shoes.
You're a
Y'all, we have work to do. Work to do right here.
You're a historian of shoes.
A shoe hoarder is what
well, there you go. You admitted it.
No, I'm
you
not.
admitted it to our friends on the internet.
What did you say? I can't remember now. It's so good.
Right. Well, while Frederick's up there thinking about his point, this is for somebody, okay? This is for somebody. You are a 10 talent person.
Oh, that was my point.
No, it wasn't. You actually have many talents. And it's confusing you to like where you should go. But because of your fear of not knowing which one to do or which one to start or where should I go, it's actually holding you back completely. And there's like a shelf in your room of all your gifts, and they are like wrapped so tightly that Nobody can even see them at all. So you do people a disservice because you will not just uncover at least one of them.
And speaking of talents, because that was my thought, I'm taking it back to the story in the Bible where the guy, there was like two servants given talents.
That's really what I was saying.
One was given 10 talents, one was given 5, one was given 2. The one who was given 2 or 1 talent hid it because they were afraid to lose it. The one that had 10 talents used it and multiplied it, and the one that had 5 used it and multiplied it for more. You can't be so afraid to use your talent that you're so afraid to get out there and try and put yourself out there creatively. You might have one thing that you share or that thing that you creatively give that turns into the thing that is so necessary right now and this time, and with all the stuff that's happening, like you may have some your voice may be what's needed to be heard in this time. And so you don't know how the Lord's going to use the creative things that he's put, giftings and dreams that he's put inside you. So you have to use that. You have to put that out there.
And there are things, we come to y'all as friends, encouraging y'all, but there are a lot of things that I'm personally dealing with and sharing with people. Frederick, would you say there are things that make you afraid to share?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Creatively?
I mean, be your voice. Like, you might imagine, because the comparison, like, you're comparing your voices to other singers, to other artists, to other people out there, and you're like, well, does it even matter? I just feel like when you compare so often, you're less likely to move forward in it. You're less likely to
come with something original.
You're less likely to
believe in yourself.
In it.
Yeah, believe in you.
And you're less likely to make an impact in the world.
Absolutely.
Because you're not being authentically true to yourself, to how God created you to be creatively.
Ooh.
You have to be true to you.
Comparison can not just steal your creativity, it can steal your joy. It can rob you, obviously, of the greatest blessings because, like we said, you just remain stuck. You feel less than. You start putting out art or business ideas that were never even meant for you because you're trying to be somebody else. You're trying to duplicate. There's a verse that talks about not thinking of your gift as common. And, I just got this. Let me tell y'all. There are people, some of y'all are experiencing people in your life, and it could be family or friends that believe that your gifting is common.
Let me get that organ.
Okay? They don't celebrate it.
Oh, yeah.
They don't talk about it. They don't encourage it.
Yeah.
They don't believe in it.
They don't ask you about it.
They don't ask you about it. So you have taken on that silence and adopted it as, well, if they had said something, then maybe it was something.
So you diminished your gifting.
You diminished it. And God is saying, yeah, but do you know what all of heaven thinks of it? Do you know what all of heaven needs you to do to move forward? Do you know what the angels are saying every time you open your mouth and sing? Here's the deal. Please do not let silence. Do not let you watching other people get all the celebration for their thing or celebration for this or whatever stop you. I'm telling you, there is strength forming in you. When you move forward with what God has said, has given you uniquely, and you just don't care. You just don't care. Believe me, Frederick and I know those seasons. Like, we still know what it feels like to put your best foot forward, to do your creative best, and crickets.
Crickets. That's why
y'all can say, y'all can say,
y'all even seen that? No, it was bomb.
Y'all didn't see
that. That was so much fire on that. You didn't even seen it. Oh,
it's just nothing. And here's the deal. I'm going to be real honest with
you try to go to people like puppies.
No.
You show up to them like puppies. You like say, you see that? You see that? That's what like you just wait for them to like pat you on the back like a little puppy.
It's so
and they don't do it.
True. Instagram, I think, makes it worse. I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. If you're not in a good place of this, don't swipe up to your stories and see who's watching because sometimes it feels like you've entered into a party and no one says says anything. But here's the
Don't
deal.
keep refreshing that one post.
Don't
to see how
refresh
much
your
likes on
post
people's heart.
because it,
Double
in
tap it.
reality, it means nothing. People
That's
can
true.
absorb your talent and your creativity and your calling and your wisdom and not say anything. I know people who are truly impacted who would never comment, even though they should.
Never
You
know what
never
God,
know.
how God's
You never
using
know.
what you put out
Yeah.
there and who you're impacting. So you can be having so much fruit, so much unseen fruit.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much fruit that's happening beyond what you can see, and you just got to trust that God's bringing whoever He's bringing to view your creativity, and that His light's going to shine through whatever the creative thing that you're going to do. to
Basically,
focus on.
be like Frederick. Frederick, okay, y'all, when I say these stories, it's me. It's not him. Frederick could give about.
I don't care.
What
I really don't care.
I really admire that. He
know.
literally, even with Instagram, he gets on, gets off.
Yep.
Like, he
Throw it out there.
communicates,
Yep.
like, connects with people, gets off.
Yep.
Like, he can reply to messages like this. Why? Because he's not scrolling.
We tell ourselves this all the time when we do creative things and put it out there. We can't just stay stuck on that one creative thing that we just did. I know it was bomb, it was fire, it was all that good stuff, and that one was so good, but there's the next creative thing that needs to be done. There's the next creative thing that needs to be said or thrown out there or mentioned, you know. So if you get stuck on the one creative thing that you did do that one time, you'll never do anymore.
We read from Devon Franklin.
Yep.
It's called The Hollywood Commandments, if you know who he is. He's married to Megan
Megan
Good,
Good.
and great couple. And anyways, he talks about if he has a movie that is successful, literally he celebrates that day, has a great celebration, maybe into the weekend, but on Monday morning,
back to work.
he literally just gets back to work.
Back to work,
And
work.
That was funny, don't. That was
No, I'm laughing at your face. I'm not laughing at what I said. I'm laughing at your face.
What was my face doing?
I can't recreate it.
I don't
It was
know.
so
I
creative. I can't recreate. I can't duplicate
I know
it. It
you
was too
can't
creative.
duplicate.
It's too
My
creative.
face is a creative
Yeah, it was
work
too
of
creative.
art.
It is.
So he talks about like it could be super successful, and then the next Monday morning they're back to work.
Yeah.
Like, and there's a time to pause, and then there's a time to literally not even dwell in your past successes.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of. Like, I can kind of, I think, stay there too. Like, I admire the people who really just keep it moving, keep it rolling. Because the more creativity you put out, actually, the more that keeps going. It's the people that hide.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is also for someone. It's someone who's like, this is my best creative idea. I've got to save it
For the right
time, the right audience, the right package. And God is like, can you release it already? I have more for you.
And that's the thing. Like, the more creative things you release and let out,
This is what I was saying.
the more that God can pour back into you. It's like an influx, right? So He wants you to release it out so He can refill you. Once you empty yourself of the creative things that He put in you, those ideas at that time, He's going to give you more. Like, you're not going to run out. And we feel like
you're not.
we're going to
That's-
run out of
yeah.
creative things
You
and
kinda
creative
do
thoughts
that.
and creative ideas.
This is
like,
my best
like
song.
my creative river is going to dry up if
Yeah,
I let out too
exactly.
much. But it's like, no. The God of creativity will keep,
We'll
as they
keep
say
that.
in the Bibles, the Bibles.
Bibles.
The Bibles, the God of creativity will keep replenishing your vats. Your vats will not run dry.
You're
Whatever
so
a vat
old
is.
school preacher. Like, can you imagine
I don't even know what a vat
church
is.
Frederick grew up in?
Oh yeah, you probably knew
Awesome.
that, bro. Hey, I got church quotes.
Foundation.
For days. Church quotes for days.
Patrick and I grew up in very similar churches. That's why I say it.
Where
If
the
you didn't go
waters
to church and you're
doesn't run
listening to
dry.
this, don't worry.
Where
Like,
the rivers
you're
doesn't
good.
run dry.
Where the rivers and the holy
Trees of-
fire.
The trees of Lebanon. All are creative beings.
Yeah,
We're all
exactly.
creative beings. Let's not allow comparison.
Copycat,
Yep, copycatism.
envy, jealousy.
Yep.
I have one more tip before we leave this. If you are watching this and you yourself are a person with big creative dreams, because you guys are all creative. Whoever's watching this, you are creative in
Yep.
whatever you do, whether you're a doctor, a nurse, a musician,
Artist,
an artist,
Painter,
like,
whatever you got.
you have creativity to give to your day.
Yep.
And God says for us to each, we are individually responsible for our own creative best. That's it. So stop looking at somebody else and looking what they're doing. You are responsible for your day. But what I was going to say is, if you are this and you have other friends that are journeying along in their creativity, celebrate them.
Yeah.
Repost them.
Yeah.
Talk about them. And just not the big moments. Celebrate their small wins. It goes a long way.
Or
Be
even those that are
interested.
small and just starting.
Yeah, just be
Those that are just starting
interested
out,
in what your
celebrate them.
friends are doing.
Yeah.
Like, ask your friends, like, hey, how did that go? How did this
Yep.
go? I want to pray with you in this. Like, speak life into them, y'all. We need each other more than
Yep.
ever, and we need community
Yep.
in the things that God has called us to, because like I said, there's somebody else roaming these streets that don't want us to reach people with the light.
The light. Yeah.
And you are that, and you are making a difference with your art. Again, you don't have to make it, if you paint, just paint. You don't have to make it over spiritual because it's very spiritual. If you're a decorator, decorate.
Yeah,
and
decor it up.
bring life.
Decor it up.
Do you have anything else?
Actually, I do.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for watching this video.
Yes, I hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah, hope you
you
guys
never know what we're
encouraged.
gonna come with.
Share
we
this
just
video, like
share
it,
what's on our heart.
subscribe,
So,
and
subscribe.
y'all, tell us about the creative things you guys are gonna just get into this year and
Exactly.
you're planning to do, and we're excited. We want to cheer you guys on. We'll be the first ones cheering you guys on and just
Yep.
celebrating you guys. So
There is seriously nobody like you. Stop watching what they're doing. Take a break and get to work.
yeah,
Draw it out, write it out, paint it out, sing it out. It is your season.
let's
Okay,
go.
guys.
All right, bye, all my creative people.
Say who? Everybody.
Wait, hold up. That wasn't the same song. That's the wrong
Oh.
song.
Everybody.